He's 53, and he went to 10 funerals last year. 10. Oh, did I mention half the funerals were people who were younger than him? Yeah. I told you the other day, I think it was yesterday, how this guy, that one of my clients was saying that one of his colleagues got a colonoscopy, and 6 months later he's dead. Talking to these people up in another state, working with another client who these guys crushed too. All my clients crush. And his next door neighbor, 52, died of a heart attack. They just got back from the funeral just literally yesterday, or 2 days ago now. I don't say this to scare you. I'm not a life insurance salesman. Like, you better get life insurance, and here's a whole life. No, I'm saying that to wake you up, to recognize the days are getting shorter of your ability to do the things you want to do. There's a great book by the guy who wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance. What's that guy's name? I got to think about it. Hold on a sec. This guy, Stephen Pressfield. The War of Art. Break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. This guy, this right here. Gates of Fire. Great book. This book right here. Battle of Thermopylae, or whatever it's called. I don't even know how you say it. Anyway, he just talks about your inner muse is telling you to do something creative. I don't know what it is. Do something, like, for me, is I don't like writing books, but I know I need to write books. I think I'm pretty good at it. And I think I'm getting stuff out there. I like doing videos. That's the kind of stuff. Do something that you know you want to do. Maybe you want to be a baseball card collector, and you're like, I really like that, and you have some skill set no one else has. The Art of War, is that what's called? The Art of War? Let's see. The War of Art. Such a good book, dude. I mean, look at it. 20. I'll put a link in the show notes. If you buy it through my link, I get paid. The War of Art has inspired people around the world to defeat resistance, to recognize and knock down dream-blocking barriers to silence the naysayers within us. Resistance kicks everyone's butt, and the desire to defeat is equally as universal. The War of Art identifies the enemy that every one of us must face, outlines a battle plan to conquer the internal foe, and then pinpoints just how to achieve the great success. Yep. It was written for writers, is embraced by business entrepreneurs, actors, dancers, painters, photographers, blah, 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 blah. And just such a good book. Easy read, too. One of the best books I've ever read, Stephen Pressfield. And, of course, his book on the Gates of Fire. No, that's completely different. That's just historical fiction, but, man, it's fantastic. Anyway, so when you're sitting there, you got these blocks, these resistance. Oh, I just got off the horn with this guy, dude. And it's just like I have clients who are single, generally young men. No, that's not true, actually. I've had a number of young ladies, my age, women, who said, I just want to get out and explore. I had this lady about a year or so ago. She's going to move to Mexico. I had another lady's moving to Honduras. Dude, you just freaking do it, man. And like I was telling this guy today, I was like, man, just get out there and do it. So worst case scenario is you come back. So he's going to need probably $20,000 a year for his portfolio before he's on Social Security, right? Because he's got a small pension. I mean, it's a good pension, but it's not huge, not $10,000 a month. So basically, because he's going to travel, he's probably not going to spend a huge amount of money because he's traveling some cheaper places. He's not a pervert. No, I hate all this, like, oh, you're just going to Thailand to hook up with chicks. No, there are people who want to go travel, even young men, or younger men. I mean, there are some pervs out there, don't get me wrong. They should be sent to ride the lightning, don't get me wrong. But, just because you like to travel and go to smaller, more cheaper places doesn't mean you're perv. Anyway, especially this guy, because this is his background, where he's from originally, or that's where his ethnicity is, some of these places overseas. Anyway, so I'm sitting there thinking, dude, you can't not do this, man. I mean, you're going to need $20,000 a year from your portfolio. Portfolios, let's say $400,000. That's a 5% distribution rate. By the time you hit Social Security, you're not going to need anything from your portfolio. And you could make it, well, what if he comes back and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, he comes back and get a job, man. Because between his small pension and Social Security, he's not spending that much money. I mean, it's not relative to what he's taking in. Let's say he does end up spending more. Well, you get a job, so you go work at a record store. You go there's a million things you can do because you're only in your mid-50s. You're 60 years old. You say, I've still got skills. You can do a million. Hell, you can freaking flip, French fries. There's nothing wrong with that, especially in some of these places. They're desperate for you, man. And there's a million things you do. Is that something you want to do? Not necessarily. Will you want to do that after you've been free for 5 years? Maybe you will. Maybe, the free bird, let the free bird fly. You're like, no, this is good. I'm ready to get back into the, and work. You might miss the camaraderie. I do miss the camaraderie from when I was working. Spendthrift. These things are good. When you get them on sale, BOGOs at Publix. Unsweetened grapefruit. Oh, man. Grapefruit juice soda. Ain't nothing better. That's not soda, that's sparkling water. Unsweetened, baby. Not like your buddy Josh. I'm sweet. That's why all the mosquito bugs let me out here. All right. 10 funerals in 1 year. I said, we don't want you to be the 11th funeral, and the 11th funeral be you. He said, 100%. All right. Love your thoughts. God bless. We'll see you